Hey, it's Dorleen. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm working on a 2-page spread. I'm using a sketch from Stick It Down, and I'll show that sketch in just a minute. But what I did is, if you follow my channel, if you're a subscriber of my channel, you know that my family does a, we call it a strut, but it's basically a 50K for the whole month of November, and we basically just walk, and it's all in memory of my nephew, which is the gentleman on the sticker over there. Well, first thing I did is, for this year, I wanted to match that kind of vintagey red color of that logo, if you want to call it that. And so I had this paper pad. Now, technically, I think that's pink. Oh, here's the layout right there, the sketch. What I was saying is that I think this is more of a pink, but I still kind of like it because it's reddish. And also it had different color varieties. That first set of papers that I showed you, it was really cool, very like grungy, but there wasn't enough variety. So anyhow, I, again, using the sketch, and I'm kind of making it my own. I did like how they have the 2 4x6 in the middle and then all those pictures on the side. I think there was 3 4x4s on the side. Well, I end up using a lot of these smaller pictures that I took, because during the strut, we challenge ourselves, like I said, to walk 50K for the entire month. So it's not a whole lot in one day, but we're pretty competitive, which is pretty funny. And we do send a lot of pictures because there's challenges and just all kinds of stuff. So I print those pictures just at my local Walgreens. Basically, I use the collage function. I use it on a 4x6 piece of paper, and then or 4x6 collage, and then I put like at least 2 photos, and that kind of gives you like wallet size, but sometimes I'll do like 3 or 4, so I get the really tiny ones, and you'll see me playing with those on the left side of the layout. But so I changed this up a little bit. I did cut the red square. It's 11 by 11, and then I had it flushed over there to the on this side, it's to the left side. And then I was going to put these strips of turquoise, and I had to put them on the red because otherwise it just went straight up to the gray cardstock base, and I didn't want that look. I wanted it to look like it was in the middle of the page. So I just placed it there on top. I'm fiddling around with the photos because I'm just really not sure what I'm doing. That little calendar that you see there was part of the paper pad, which I loved as soon as I saw it. And I ended up putting it on the other side, but I'm still just kind of messing around with placement, not really sure what I'm doing. I feel like I need something else, and so I grabbed that piece of paper that has the words all over it, and I'm going to cut that. I want to say I just did 6. No, I'm sorry, I didn't. It was 5 inches, so it's 5 by 12, and then I'm going to cut it down to 11 because it's going to go just on that red block versus all the way through to the gray. So I'll trim that in a minute, but for now, I'm just trimming photos, again, trying to make things work and really trying to figure out how I'm going to put these without using, using really more photos as embellishments versus embellishments as embellishments. But anyhow, so I hope you like this video, and if you do, make sure you give me a thumbs up. I do post 2 videos a week, at least 2 videos a week. I feel like I've been doing a little bit more lately. One is always scrapbooking, and the other is whatever it is I'm creating in the command center, which is the name of my craft room and also my blog. So up there where I'm pointing out, that's going to be some journaling, and I'll work on that at the end when I get done with all this pretties, if you want to call it that. So I'm just cutting again the papers for the left side of the layout because I'm basically just going to match exactly what I did on that right side. This is a new cutter that I bought. It's from Spellbinders, and you see how there was plenty of room before I have to put up the arm. I really like that because every time I pull up my arm on my other one, I want to say it's a Fiskars, which works fine. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not mashing it in any way. I just like it was just not straight. And it's funny because a lot of the different groups that I'm part of, people say the same thing, like, are your cutters straight? This and that. So I know it's not just me, because normally it is. But I'm hoping that one helps me keep things more straight, because the base is up to 6 inches versus mine that's only up to 3. But so far, it cuts like butter, because it's a brand new blade, and it also has a scoring blade. And what I did, and I don't think I show it here, is on the side of those blades, I wrote the word either cut or score, because I know me, I'm going to cut when I mean to score, or score when I mean to cut, which wouldn't be as bad, but I could totally see that happening. So this is what I was talking about with those really teeny tiny photos. But some of these pictures were, a lot of them are like scenery, or just like, well, scenery, or things that people saw on their walks, things like that, which really don't warrant like a huge picture, especially because we take a lot of pictures. Like I said, this is a month-long marathon slash strut. We call it the Tomcat Strut. You could definitely read more about it on my blog. I will have links below in the information box, as well as a link to the Stick It Down website, so you can see, it's actually a Facebook group, but so you can see more sketches from them. Now on that left side is going to be a title, which I'm going to create on my Cricut, and you'll see me in just a second. But again, I'm still just kind of trying to figure out how to work out those little photos without taking away some of the writing that was on the other photos, because every time we posted a photo, a lot of people put little comments like, this was a rough walk, or if it was a challenge, because we do challenges during our walk, then they'd mention that, or, just little things. So I wanted to keep as much as that in there as possible. Now I'm getting down to the kind of final, this is where things are going. You see how I have that big photo over there on that pattern paper? I originally was going to adhere it right there, and then I thought, ooh, that's a lot. The pattern paper has a lot of colors, which I love, because it really does add something to this. You see how I'm putting the adhesive, and then I'm like, ooh, do I want to? Yeah, I'm going to use, well, first of all, I think I'm going to use my T-square, because it's going to be straight, because I am not a everything straight kind of person, because even when I try, it seems to be Cricut. See how I'm like, oh, it just kind of, I don't know, blends in there. I don't know, something. It needs to be a little bit of color or solidness around it. So I used the back of one of the papers from that same pad, and it's like this gray, and everything's kind of, I want to use the word scratchy, but I know that's not really a description. Not necessarily grungy, but scratchy. Silly. But I love it because the black's not really black. Like I mentioned, the red's not really red. This gray is not really gray, but yet it's scratchy. And you can tell by looking at it. It's just a little, like I said, I don't want to use the word grungy, because grungy is a little extreme. But anyhow, but look at what a big difference that looks by putting that dark gray matte. I think it looks really good. Now, I still need to add embellishments, but I'm going to put it aside, and then I'm going to do the same thing with over here on that left-hand side. Just basically adhere photos where I believe they should go. That really makes them stand out, and also be able to see the wordings and things that were part of the original photos. But I really stuck with that calendar because I thought it was perfect. And you can see here that I added that gray to the other 4x6 photo, even though that photo is not going to be inside the pattern paper. I still like it because it matches the other side. So I really love the way it looks now. You can tell I have 12 photos on this 2-page spread. I'm pretty excited about that. So now what I did is I bought a stamp set. Here it is. So Close to My Heart is closing, which I believe most of you, if you're in the stamping and scrapping world, you know that. So they had a lot of clearances on a lot of different things. That's where I got that stamp set with the dies. So I already stamped off camera some of the little quotes and the little foam fingers. I used the Cricut to put or to make those titles, and also to cut out the little walking man and a bunch of stars. So the sketch had stars here and there on the corners and things. Well, I'm spreading mine out pretty much throughout the right on this case, and on the other side left of the layout. I obviously would only use one title on a 2-page spread, but I use that "I'll walk with you" title on this side because one of the challenges was walking with a buddy, whether it's 2 legs or 4 legs. And so that's what a lot of those photos are over on that side. And then I realized that this is the main page that's supposed to have the main title. And I was okay with it because they're not so big. And also it's a 2-page spread. So really, I think it worked. I hope you agree. But again, I got all of these on Cricut, and I will have a link in my the information box down here to my blog, which will have a link to my Design Space file that shows, that has those titles already done. These are print and cut. I didn't cut these all out. That would have been crazy. But, as far as the titles, the walking man and the stars are definitely cut out. But isn't that so fun? I absolutely love it. Now, I'm not going to show you while I'm doing the journaling, but you can see it at the final photos. But I do hope you like this. Again, please hit that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber, and please hit that like button if you like this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.